I thought that my story would be highlighted, that um the things that we're seeing now actually on All Stars, like with Jiggly and like Rue's going out of her way now to make more of a point to um talk about these girls' transitions, how beautiful they are as women. And, you know, it does kind of hurt a little because I wish that that was me. And I don't know what I was thinking, expecting anything from her. But I'm happy to know that it's happening for my sisters and that we can continue to see this happen. I just really wish that I would have received the same amount of love and recognition, considering I was, I guess, maybe like the first one to be invited back. But it's never the first one, and it never happens for the first one. Um, and I'm okay with that, and I can live with knowing that I opened a door that, you know, will now hopefully not be shut, and that, you know, we're moving in the right direction, and that trans youth, um, you know, can look up to people like myself who have their best of interest at heart, you know?
Well, first of all, you're not the first person to have an emotional moment here. I'm behind the velvet rope. I'm not trying to make light of
Oh, I'm sure.
it. So you are not the first.
No, I think it's important for people to see and to hear, like, you know, the truth behind these things, because I think so many people, like, you know, they see the show and they just think that it's all fun and games, and you know, that it's just drag, and you know, we're like, you know, so blessed, and like, I don't know what people think, you know, but I just know it's not, nobody has an idea of, I think, the emotional things that go behind, you know, who we are. And people forget, like, you know, we're artists, and, you know, I'm trans, and there's just a lot of things that go into the whole, you know, thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to your point that you just made, like when I think of Gia Gunn, I think of someone who has unapologetically just been honest, like you never really shied away, even in the beginning, like when there was that statement by RuPaul of like, this is not a competition for trans women. They have an unfair advantage. Like, I am a lot of contestants, whether they're on in the past or not, I'm sure are afraid to say anything against RuPaul, I would assume.
Oh yeah, I mean, people have put their transitions on hold, you know, just to go on as a boy so that they can have a career, because they know that this is it. And that's sad. You know, as a trans person, you shouldn't have to put, you know, that was me. Like, I wanted to get breast surgery before I even got on All Stars, but I knew that if I did that, I wouldn't have been casted. At least that was my theory. Maybe I'm wrong. But several people thinking this way, you can't steer away from the truth. There must be something truthful about that. And so I, yeah, it's just, you know, it is what it is. It's not even, it is what it is. It's not right or wrong. It's a reality, and you know, people can just get into it or they can't.
And other people that have like put their actual transition on hold.
I would say so. I mean, I can't really speak for people, and I think a lot of people will probably never say something like that. But and I don't know why, you know. Well, I do. It's a system. Not everybody has had, you know, I guess, the blessings that I have to be able to still have an income, having had said the things that I've said, having had done the things that I've done, you know, people are scared because they need to keep feeding into the system or, you know, uh, yeah, just doing what they need to do to survive. And I respect that. I just refuse to lie and I refuse to say things that I don't mean because that's just not how I was raised.
Well, that's very commendable. I mean, I agree with that. I'm sure there are people that are afraid, and right, like no judgment, like they have to do what they have to do. But you were never afraid, like when you were saying these things, like this could hinder my career, you know, or like when you get dropped from like management or like certain things happen, like do you say things like, is this I mean, the bigger picture of things I've said against certain people, or that you were never scared?
Um, my philosophy is you can have whatever you want in life as long as you're honest. So obviously that management wasn't for me. Obviously drag, you know, was not is not my destiny for my future. You know, and so actually for me it is scary, but when you trust yourself and you trust your journey and you trust, I don't know, for me, it's, you know, a higher power and have more belief. Um, I believe you're guided in the right way.